Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Coffee and Create with Brenda. Today is Saturday, April 24th, and I am so excited to be here. I have a really fun project for us. It's a fun fold card using the Playful Pets Designer Series paper. This paper will be retiring soon, as well as embellishments and the bundle price. So if I inspire you to want this set for your collection, please grab it while you can get the 10%. So let me tell you a few things. The past 2 weeks I've been doing a farewell tour to retiring products. So go out to my YouTube channel, and it's Create with Brenda, obviously, and check out the projects. I think there's some really good layout ideas. Even if you don't have the product I'm using, I give all the dimensions in the demonstration videos, and give them a try. It's been a lot of fun. This week I have 2 days that I will be using the World of Good suite, and then I'm going to move on to the Artistry Blooms so that I can get things in before the new catalog launches on May 4th, and that's coming up really soon. One other thing I want to pass on to you is please check out my product share. I sent information last week in my weekly newsletter. If you do not receive my newsletter and would like to, just go to createwithbrenda.com, fill out the form, and you will be added to my mailing list. So let's get started with today's project. Like I said, the Designer Series paper will be retiring soon being May 3rd. So if this paper speaks to you, now's the time to grab it. Here's the project we're going to do today. So I have my envelope, and I have this fun fold for my card. All right, so let me show you what we have for pieces. Now there's a lot of pieces, but don't be intimidated by that because it goes together really quickly. So you're going to need, of course, a medium, or I had a basic white envelope. I have a piece of Designer Series paper that measures 2 1/4 by 6 inches. Now this is different. My card base measures 5 1/2 by 7 1/2, scored at 3 1/4. Okay, so there's that. In fact, I'm going to take this off, and I'll bring in my bone folder and just give that a really good crease. All right. Then I have another piece of Designer Series paper that measures 4 by 5 1/4. Another that measures 3 by 5 1/4. 3 by 4 3/4, and this is going to be the insert for our card. I have a piece of real red that measures 1 7/8 by 3 7/8. Basic black, 2 by 4 inch. Basic white, 2 3/4 inch square. Real red is 2 7/8 inch square. Basic black that measures 3 1/2 by 3, and then it's scored at 1/2 inch along the, line up your 3 1/2 inch up at the top and then score a 1/2 inch. A piece of real red, 3 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I had a scrap of basic white that I die cut using the stitched rectangles. And I used this largest rectangle here to cut that out so you get that stitched edge. And then I have just a scrap of Real Red. And then the other thing you're going to need is from the Designer Series paper for whatever you're going to use for your focal point. I wanted this little schnauzer, I think it is. And the dies fit the Designer Series paper perfectly for cutting him out. So you don't even have to color it. All right. And the stamp set is the Pampered Pets. And then, like I said, it has the coordinating dies. So there's two kittens. There's a forward and a backward facing dog, and then this little paw print die. All right, let's assemble our card. So what I want to do first is I'm going to bring in our Memento Black, Tuxedo Black ink, and with our scrap of Real Red, I'm just going to stamp the dog dish right there. And while I've got this out, I'm going to take our 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch square, and using the sentiment, I hope your day is a real treat, I'm just going to ink this up, and along one side close to the edge and centered, I'm going to do I hope your day is a real treat. So it looks like that. And then we have one more bit of stamping to do, and that's going to be on our insert. That's this 3 inch by 4 3/4 inch piece. And using this Happy Birthday from the Happy Thoughts, this is in the January to June mini catalog. Great set of sentiments for both inside and out. I'm going to ink up the Happy Birthday. And I'm just going to put that right here. And I know I say it in almost every video, but I never know who's new to me. So if you're new to me, welcome. I give beginner tips as well as advanced projects. So join me. I'm be happy to help you. Is what I was going to say, how long I held that Happy Birthday stamp up to the paper. You need to give the ink time to penetrate the paper. So just hold it there and like count to 3. I'm going to bring in a pair of my little snips here, and I'm going to cut out this dog dish, and it's very quick, very easy. All right. And I'm just going to take this really square corner that I have off from there. Don't want that. All right, here we go. Assembly time. So I'm going to take my 3 1/8 by 5 3/8 inch piece of solid cardstock and the 3 5 1/4. Bring in my seal. And I'm just going to layer that so that there's that 1/8 inch border around my card. And I'm going to add some more seal. Be ready with your seal and dimensionals for this card. And then I'm going to add that. So again, and this is one of my favorite color combinations, the black, red, and white. I just think it's so stunning. So you see how that is? You get that little border of black around there. Okay. So next I can take this square, and I'm going to take my piece of 3 1/2 by 3 scored at 1/2. I'm going to fold on my score line, and again using my bone folder, give it a really good crease. And then where we stamped, our stamped sentiment is going to go on the edge with our flap, okay? So I'm going to take this and layer it up on my 2 7/8 by 2 7/8 inch piece. So there's that. And now when I put this down, I want my sentiment to be on the flap side. So it's going to look like that. So now I'm going to fold the flap over, and I'm going to put adhesive on there. And taking my card base, this isn't going to go over the top. This stays tucked under. I'm just going to center that right on the edge so that the flap is right here on the base of my card. And I know it's hard to see, but I think you can see it. All right, so there's that. Then we're going to take our designer series paper that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4, and we'll give that some. This is a good example of those the cat dies, and then the dog paper is a large print like that too, so that the dies fit the designer series paper, and it saves you a lot of time not having to color. So I just centered that in my card. So now your card looks like this. And with our happy birthday sentiment, we want to make sure when we put this in that it's underneath this flap. So the best way I found to do that is I'm going to add my adhesive, and then staying really close to the edge over here and just making sure this border and this border are even. I'll put that down. And then when we close, you don't see it. All right? All right. Stick with me. This is such a fun project. But like I said, there's lots of layering here. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So with the 2 inch by 4 inch piece and the 1 7/8 by 3 7/8, I'm going to add some seal. And I'm going to layer that on here again, just that really small 1/8 inch border. And then our stitched rectangle, I'm going to add seal, center that up on our layered rectangle. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that up, but I'll try. Wasn't exactly where I wanted it. There, that's a little better. All right. So next, we're going to do seal right on the front of our flap here to the left. And is what we're going to do is put our rectangle there where we want it. Don't go over too far because you want to be able to appreciate your designer series paper. So there's that. This 2 1/4 by 6 inch piece of designer series paper, and you see me do this a lot if you watch my videos, but I added some seal to the back of that paper, and then I'm just going to add some along the top and the bottom edge here below the crease on the envelope flap, and then just to reinforce the flap. And the paper I chose does have words, so you want to make sure that those are going in the right direction. Give that a good rub. And then, like I said, let the envelope flap be the template for your snips. And you can just go right along and cut that little scrap off, and then you have this cute matching envelope. All right, it's time to bring in the mini. I don't want to lose my little dog dish there. So our mini die cutting machine is the best. And as you can see, my cutting plates are very well loved. So I'm going to put the plate number 1, plate number 2. I'm going to bring in our designer series paper that has that adorable little dog. And then when I showed my husband this card, he was like, oh, it looks so Disney-like with Lady and the Tramp. It's like, yeah, kind of. And now I'm just going to put the top plate on. And remember, with the mini, you want to stagger your plates so that they roll through easily and you aren't fighting that entry point. All right, I'm going to take that out of the way. And now we get this cute little dog. And it's that easy. We don't have to color him, although coloring can be fun. And very therapeutic, relaxing too. All right. So the other thing exciting that's happening here at Create with Brenda is, of course, the new catalog coming on May 4th. And I'm going to be hosting with one of my team members a virtual open house via Zoom. The information will come out in my newsletter. And that is going to be on May 22nd. It's a Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11. We're going to have features, some of the product suites in the new catalog with some card ideas and a couple demos, and there will be prizes and a couple games. So I hope you'll join us. We're really excited about it. It's our first collaboration for a virtual open house. And then I'm also going to be hosting an in-person open house, which will be held on Thursday, May 13th at my home from 10 a.m. to noon. And then on Friday, May 14th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And I am going to ask that people call ahead to let me know when they're coming, and all of that information will be in my newsletter this week as well. So lots going on. I have a product share available where you kind of get to try before you buy. So you get like a quarter pack of all of the new designer series papers, and you get a half pack of all of the ribbon and embellishments. It's a great value. And like I said, you get to try before you buy. So check that out as well. You can go to createwithbrenda.com. I have my product share there. And then, of course, if you receive my newsletters, that was in last week's newsletter. So let's get our little dog on here. I'm going to use full-size Stampin' Dimensionals. I want 3 of them for him. And I'm just going to kind of put him in the center of him. And then our little dog dish. So I'm going to take the dog dish first. And I'm going to put it right down here. And then I'm going to take our little pooch and put him right there. There's these cute Playful Pet trinkets that are the little metal bones, and then there's also little hearts. So I'm going to take the bone trinket and using give me 1 minute because I moved my glue dots. I was working on another project and I had them just across the room. So with my glue dots, I'm going to pick up one of the little bone trinkets and I'm going to put it right here like it's dangling off from his collar. I don't know if you can see it very, very well, but there it is. All right. And then our finishing touch to this project is going to be this Playful Pets Trim Combo Pack. And this is carrying over to the new annual catalog. This black and white twine is just the best. So I'm going to just tie a bow. And you guys, I've always been a pretty good bow tie-er, but I learned a trick this week that I saw somebody do in a video, and it's like if you tie your bow on your project upside down, like I just did, see how I had to turn the card around, you get this perfect bow where your tail's on your bow point in the right direction. So there's that. And what would this project be without a little puppy love, right? So those puppies, they just steal our hearts. I haven't had a puppy for a long time, but I had a kitty cat. Actually, we had 3 kitty cats for a lot of years, so now they crossed that little rainbow bridge, and I don't think there's going to be any more pets at the Hillard house, but we can never say never, right? So there's our cute project. And you guys, this layout works so well for so many different papers. I hope you'll give it a try, and I hope you'll check out all of the happenings at Create with Brenda. Have a great rest of the weekend, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.